Hey everybody, this is Sam. Today I want to go over my top 5 fastest selling items on eBay. So these are all items that I'm able to source very easily, and they all have a very quick turn time on eBay. Recently my eBay sales have really been booming, so I wanted to go over exactly where I'm sourcing these items, what kind of items they are, how much they cost me, and for sure how fast I'm able to turn them. For the most part, I'm sourcing all of these items from discount retailers like Ross or TJ Maxx or Marshalls, but then also thrift stores like Goodwill. And then recently, for the past month and a half, I've been hitting estate sales pretty hard. The estate sales recently have been great. In my area, I usually have 2 to 3 every weekend that I can hit up. So I'll spend maybe an hour or two at those, just looking through the items. But if you're going to do that, you definitely want to make sure that you get there early. They usually start on a Friday, so get there Friday morning, first one there. So that you can get your first dibs on the good items. And then also they usually end on a Sunday, and then what I've seen on Sundays, they sell everything for 50% off, just trying to get rid of the items. So you definitely want to go back Sunday and get that 50% off some items that you had passed on Friday. So my first item to talk about today are books. Now you definitely want to be picky when you're buying books. For the most part, books sell for about $3.50 to $3.99 on eBay, and it's kind of nuts because some of these books are really popular or they're brand new and they're still only $3.50 or $3.99. So sellers like this are only going to be making about a quarter in profit, even if they get the book for free. So you definitely don't want to just buy a book because, like for instance, The Hunger Games. Those are everywhere. So if you get one of those books, say you pay $1 for it or 50 cents, you're actually going to sell it for $4 and you're going to end up losing money because of the eBay fees and shipping costs. You definitely want to make sure that you do your research because of this and become a very picky buyer and kind of become knowledgeable of what you're looking for. So some of the books that I go for are vintage books. I look for those, especially kids books. For instance, recently I just bought Dr. Seuss, the Lorax. It's first edition of it. I bought this past weekend. I just sold it today for $75. I bought it at the estate sale for $1, so it's going to leave me a large profit on that. But they also had some other Dr. Seuss books there that were $5 each, and they were only going to sell for about $10, so I passed on those. Other books that I tend to sell a lot of are the Harry Potter books, but not all Harry Potter books. So for instance, Harry Potter, the first one, this is the first edition of The Sorcerer's Stone. You can usually buy this book at, say, Goodwill for $2. I've bought this book 8 times now and sold each one for 20 bucks. And then another good one is Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. So this is the second one. This is the first edition as well. Bought this for $2. It also sells for $20. Now, if you think that you can just buy any Harry Potter book, and then you're gonna be sorry, because say the Deathly Hallows, the 7th book, you buy that for $2, you're only gonna be able to sell it for $6-8, and you're not gonna make any money. So even with Harry Potter and the hardback novels, you're gonna want to make sure that you're buying books that you know that you can sell. Another book that I recently bought is Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. So this book is very old. This one is 1937, so it's in kind of rough shape, but it still has the dust jacket. But I was able to buy this book for 50 cents. I know that I'm going to be able to sell this for $40 to $50. Other books that I definitely look for are Stephen King novels. They sell really well. I usually look for the first editions. So I bought Firestarter by Stephen King. This was only 50 cents as well. It was the same guy that sold me the Dale Carnegie book. 50 cents. I should be able to sell this for $12. And then Stephen King's Misery, another first edition hardback, 50 cents. It's tough to beat that. That is not a great look there. Yeah, I should be able to sell that for $10. I'm not going to make a lot of profit, but it's not going to take long to sell it. And I'm all about speed. The next items that I sell a lot of are estate sale tools. And I've only been recently doing this for about a month and a half. So whenever you go to the estate sale, they almost always have a ton of handheld tools. I'm talking like hammers and axes and screwdrivers and socket wrenches, things like that. And they're always very cheap. Like you're able to buy hammers and screwdrivers in that for $1. I bought a socket wrench set recently for $5 and I sold it for $175. It's a Snap-on Tools brand, so the brand really helps, but also people just collect vintage tools that I've been finding. So I'm able to buy some screwdrivers for $1 and then I'm able to sell them for $15 just because they're older and people, I guess that they're collecting them, I would assume. Also, I've been buying axe heads. So at each estate sale, I've seen at least 1 or 2 hatchets or axes for sale and they've always been $2. So I'll buy those and I've been able to sell each one within just a few days, maybe a maximum of a week, and each one sold for $30. So even with shipping, I'm making about $15 per axe, which is pretty good considering it only takes a week and they don't take up much room for storage. I also bought some catalogs, so just old tool catalogs. Pretty much anything Snap-on brand is going to sell really well. I purchased this old Snap-on catalog from the 80s for 50 cents. It was in a nice binder, and I found that you can sell the binder for $30 and then you can also sell the catalog for $25. So I sold the whole thing together for $40 and I seriously sold it in 2 hours. So I bought it for 50 cents, sold it for $40 in 2 hours, which is a great profit. The next item that I sell a lot of are DVDs and Blu-rays. Now, just like the books, you're going to want to become very picky with what you're purchasing. So whenever you're going into the store or going to a thrift store or an estate sale, you're going to want to check on eBay's recently sold items and make sure that these are DVDs or Blu-rays that people actually want. For instance, I was just at an estate sale and I saw a brand new Blu-ray of The Blind Side. And I thought, you know, this should be able to sell really well. So I checked it out before I purchased it and they were selling for like $3.50 or $4. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to make anything on that, even though it's a brand new Blu-ray. I thought that I was going to be okay there, but I didn't purchase that. But then I also bought, just a sec, I bought this DVD. So this is a brand new DVD, Disney's The Parent Trap and The Parent Trap 2. Surprisingly, within listing this, I had 75 views just overnight, and I still need to package this up. But I sold this DVD for $15. So I bought it for $1, I sold it for $15, and it only took like 12 hours to sell. So I didn't know that this was such a hot item, but apparently people are really wanting to buy certain DVDs, and I'm finding a lot of luck with Disney's DVDs. Another example is Aladdin. So this is a platinum edition. This is a 2-disc set, and it was in really good shape. It's already used, but still you can sell this easily for $12. It only cost me $1. It doesn't leave me a lot of profit, maybe like $3 or $4 after eBay fees and packaging and that, but still, it will sell just in a few days. It doesn't take up any room. So again, I'm all about speed and I'm all about storage space. The next item, the fourth item that I want to talk about are vintage crock pots. Apparently there is a market out there for old cooking supplies, especially crock pots. So anytime that I go into an estate sale or a thrift store, they have a lot of old crock pots, either from the 70s or the 80s. And if they're in good shape, I'll definitely pick those up. You can usually buy them for $5 or $6. And then you can sell them on eBay from anywhere from $50 to $60 to $75. Heck, even some of the lids just for the crock pots are selling for $15. So if you're buying the crock pot just for the lid, you're going to be making a little bit of profit on that. But yeah, definitely selling the whole unit is going to leave you with about $30 to $40 in profit per crock pot. And I'm telling you, they are everywhere. And a lot of people are buying these. So just looking through eBay, you can see that every single day, people are buying these old vintage crock pots. So they're like brown and orange. They're really ugly. But there's a huge market for these. And they're everywhere at these estate sales and garage sales and thrift stores. So you definitely want to consider that. Also, any type of other glassware. I've been selling a lot of beer mugs, a lot of coffee mugs. The beer mugs, I bought these old glass beer mugs. They're very heavy. They did cost quite a bit to ship, but I was able to buy them for 50 cents each, and then you can sell them easily $12 a piece. I bought a couple that were Killian's Irish Red, and then a couple that were Budweiser, and then one that had the Cheers logo. The Cheers logo beer mug actually sold, I bought it for 50 cents. It sold for $24 the very next day. So again, just kind of be open to what you're purchasing and just think about how much room they're going to take up and how fast they're going to be selling. The best way to research that is to, again, go on eBay's app, look at the sold listings, and make sure that these are items that are selling very frequently. The last item that I really love buying, especially at thrift stores, are golf shirts. So this is an example of kind of what I'm talking about. I usually look for Nike's golf shirts just because they sell really well. So this is a Nike Dry Fit. It's in great shape. I always look over the shirt before I purchase them at the thrift store, just making sure there aren't any holes and it doesn't stink or there aren't any stains. But you can almost always buy those for $3 or $4, and then they sell very fast for $20 to $25, and I sell these all the time. The nice thing about them is they hang on a hanger. They don't take up much room in the closet or your specific space wherever you're storing your eBay items. And then whenever you're shipping it, I just put it in a bag, and it's so fast. It costs like $3.05 to ship, no matter where it's going to, because it's so light and so compact. So that leaves me a nice profit of anywhere from $10 to $15. So I'm able to purchase these very frequently. They're almost always at the thrift store, and every time I see them, I purchase them. So I hope this video kind of helps you starting your eBay business and understanding how fast these items can go. There are a lot of other items out there that you can purchase and kind of sit on and wait for them to sell and make a larger profit than what I'm making on these. But these are items that sell really fast and still make you a decent profit. They don't take up much storage space, they sell fast, and you're making some money. So these are just some things to consider. Definitely do your own research and, go on to eBay's site, look at the sold listings, and look for other items that you see that are flipping very fast, and then find out where you can source them, and definitely give that a shot and see how much money you can make, how fast you can do it. So I hope that this helps you out. If it does, leave a like, share this, leave a comment, let me know what you're selling on eBay, and if there's anything else that I should try to sell.